It's Halloween. October 31st, 2025. Lunch and News with DotSale, the Halloween edition. Let's get into it. Yeah. We got a fun one today. Yeah. Y'all scared? Are you nervous? It's all right to be afraid. Grab your teddy bear. You can't hide from this. We got a lot we got to get to today. Of course, I'm going to take care of y'all. I'm going to make sure you're fed. This is all Halloween themed. We're going to start out with the Halloween situation. We're going to slowly progress into the more scary crime stories. I'm going to have y'all prepared for tonight. You know I take care of y'all, family. Shout out to you, lovely. How's it going, y'all? Let me just start out real quick by just saying that y'all are the most awesome audience on the internet. Y'all are incredible. Like, honestly, you know, the last couple of months have been insane. 100% insane. And I'm just glad to be able to continue to do these shows with y'all and take care of y'all. You know what we first got to do, though, is we got to have some Halloween snacks to get ready for today. Get ready for trick-or-treating. You know, shout out to everybody that can go out to some Halloween parties later on. I'm going to tell y'all what I'm going to do tonight, but we're going to say that for a little bit. But I will let y'all know what I'm going to do tonight after I get done taking the kids trick-or-treating. I'll give y'all that first. Shout out to Lovely. Happy Halloween to you as well. All right. Let me get y'all fed real quick. We're going to come back. We'll talk a little bit, and we'll get into all these stories. It's going to get spooky, y'all. All right, what do we got? We'll go through a couple of these. We got a lot of different stories, but I think I want to start. Ooh, you know what? Let's start here.
That's the sweet aroma of molasses popcorn balls, a quintessential Southern Halloween treat. Whenever Halloween night approached, Mama would stand by the stove, patiently stirring the molasses and sugar until the mixture turned into a dark, thick syrup. The warm, rich, slightly smoky smell of molasses spread throughout the house, drawing every kid in the neighborhood toward our porch. Mama worked quickly, her buttered hands rapidly shaping the hot mixture into amber-colored shiny candies. The candy was still hot, and every child was warned not to touch it too soon or they'd burn their fingertips. That anticipation made the candy, when wrapped in simple wax paper or brown paper bags, precious. In the schoolyard the next day, this was the most important commodity to trade. Their value could equal 2 cookies, 1 comic book, or a prize pack of baseball cards. Caramel apples on a stick. If there was one treat that announced its arrival on Halloween night, In the flashiest way, it was the shiny, dripping with sweetness, sticky caramel apple. Unlike the store-bought versions we see today, Mama made her caramel the traditional way. She melted the sugar, butter, and corn syrup until
This
the
how you
mixture
make
turned into
caramel?
a golden, thick, and fragrant glaze all over the kitchen.
We always
The
learning
caramel
something
coating was then
on
rolled
Lunch
by
and
my
News.
mother in crushed peanuts or shredded coconut. The fancier ones might even get a drizzle of chocolate to create a sticky masterpiece.
I had no idea how to make
That glossy
caramel.
coating would crack with a small snap when you bit into it.
Oh, that's fresh.
The feeling of caramel sticking to your cheeks and the corners of your mouth, trailing a string of sweetness, was an unmistakable sign of Halloween. Your treat bag would be noticeably heavier when you brought these apples home, and sometimes the apple hadn't even made it past the sidewalk before the first bite was taken. They were the sticky symbols of Southern Halloween pride, a silent declaration of the giver's generosity.
We're gonna check a couple of more out. Hold on real quick.
Homemade fudge. If there was ever a treat that could summon kids faster than anything else, it was homemade fudge. The image of children lingering around the kitchen, inhaling the smell of bubbling sugar, butter, and cocoa, waiting
that
for
one
that
looks
historic
good.
moment when Mama closely monitored the mixture's temperature. She had to wait for the exact instant when the mixture reached the perfect firmness.
It's gotta be
Not
perfect.
rough and gritty, and not too soft, retaining its naturally smooth moisture. After pouring the mixture into a tray and allowing it to cool slowly, Mama would add small marshmallows or crunchy walnuts, then cut it into neat little squares. Each perfectly
Shout out to all the
square
moms
piece of
out there.
fudge, individually wrapped in twisted wax paper, was a solid block of Halloween happiness. In the playground the next day, a piece of homemade fudge was as valuable as gold, the kind of candy you'd show off and savor slowly like a precious secret.
Let's check
Fudge
this.
has
Let's check this
character.
last one out.
It's the candy of patience.
Let's check this one out. We got plenty
this
of
treat
snacks.
became one of the whispers of Southern kitchens long after Halloween had passed. Cornmeal cookies. This is the kind of
Cornmeal is
Halloween
a-
treat you only
cornmeal is
found
just scary
if there was an older
by
mother
itself.
or grandmother
Even the
in the
box
kitchen,
looks old.
which is why they were also called grandma's cookies. Cornmeal cookies are very simple, made with cornmeal, sugar, butter, and vanilla. Mama baked them into crispy golden circles with a distinct crunch. The cornmeal created a mild richness and a crumbly texture, leaving a pleasant little grittiness on the tongue. Mama carefully stacked them in a tin or wrapped paper, handing out handfuls to trick-or-treaters. The flavor of cornmeal cookies gave a sense of home, the kind of flavor that connects generations from grandmother to mother and to us.
Let's stop it right there with the cornmeal cookies. I mean, we got so much that y'all can enjoy. We got about 30 different options as far as treats if you want to have them. We are going to be giving these out to trick-or-treaters. And what happened to when we used to give out like actual homemade goods to trick-or-treaters? Now we just go ahead and go to our nearest grocery store. We get the big variety bag of candy and then we give it out to the kids. But shout out to all the moms. There's still some out there. We're going to go all black and white in a second. Shout out to all the moms that still make their Halloween treats and then pass them out. They might make a whole bunch of cookies. They might make some brownies. They might make anything else that we've seen in this video. All of these special treats and they give it out to the kids. I think it's absolutely incredible. Shout to everybody that enjoys Halloween and has a lot of fun with it. I can't wait until later on tonight to really get all the way in tune. And you see I'm dressed up a little bit. You know, got the hold on. What'd you say? You don't like my costume? Technical foul on you. I hope you don't got your earphones in. Anybody that says anything about my costume, you're getting ejected. By rule, if you say anything about my costume, anything about my referee costume that I'm wearing for Halloween or my face paint that I did myself that probably doesn't look that good, you are getting ejected out of the game, all right? I should have did my teeth. Oh, you know what? That's what I should have did. Well, let me see if I can do it. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Let me see if I can get my teeth. You think it's gonna rub off? You think this is safe? Am I gonna get sick? Let me do like 2 teeth. Should I just do the 2 front ones black? Let me see if it'll work. I'm doing it in the camera. Let me see how I can do this. Hold on. Is it gonna work? Oh, it's not working. Hold on. Let me try this one. I know it worked a little bit. Hold on, let me see. Undo my fruit tone cheese. My teeth are pretty white already. Let me see. I can't do white. Actually, no, I get exposed. And my teeth aren't like super white. I just do it like that. I think I'm gonna get sick. Yeah, I'm gonna make my teeth all messed up looking. Y'all gonna be like, I thought he had nice teeth. I'm just gonna just do this. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Hold on. It doesn't taste very good. Oh, what am I doing to myself right now? I never said I was the smartest. I never said I was the smartest guy. I never have said that. When have I ever said I'm the smartest person ever? Huh? When did I ever say that I wouldn't put chemicals in my mouth and subsequently destroy myself? Huh? I never said that. Y'all thought I was the smartest person ever. I never said that. I don't know. I just look terrible at this point. All right. We're going to rock out with that. Might add a little more later. Now it's on my lips. I'm down bad. All right, hold on. I got to get the other side. Let's do this. Oh, let's do the lips. Let's go here. Ooh, okay. All right. We having some fun on right here. We'll go to lips. Right there. And my lips all wet. It ain't going on this side. Let's get the top then. We'll go opposite top. So we'll go black on the top. I wasn't going to do the lips. We're going to go here. Yup. Uh-huh. All right, let's get into it. Let's check out a couple of these stories that we got to check out. And I will let y'all know what I'm doing. Yeah, it's over for me, right? It's over for me. Yep. I'm like them refs that be fixing games and all that. Involved in the Chauncey Billups and Rozier situation. All right, look. So we're going to start here. We got to check out some old material from like 1999, early 2000s of how things looked back then online. Because we are online right now. Y'all are watching me through a computer screen. But do you remember what it was like? Yeah, let's go to this one. You remember what it was like back in 1999 on Google? They used to do fun things like this. What does Google look like now? What does Google look like now? Let me see something real quick. Are they doing anything fun for Google now? They ain't got nothing fun. Hold on, look. This is what Google looks like now. Look, they just got Pac-Man up there. Where's the Halloween theme, man? It's crazy. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and look at some of these. So we got the Google. They call it the Google Doodle. Let's check out this one. Y'all remember these? I don't remember these at all. Halloween potato fries. I don't know what's going on with this. This is weird. But that was there. If you had the Windows XP media player, you could go ahead and change that. You could change your background to that fall background. I think we all remember the fall background over on the Windows machines. That's Halloween 2004. We don't even do that no more. Like, can I do that on my Mac? I ain't upgraded Tahoe. Maybe I need to upgrade to Tahoe. I think I'm still on High Sierra right now. They don't like it if you don't update. They might have it in a new update for Tahoe that just came out. All right, let's check out some more. Y'all remember any of these snacks? We don't be getting snacks like this no more. I think Oreo still does something though. Oreo still does something, but the Hostess Glow Balls, we ain't seeing them no more. They look like they was already on the way out. They got the 2 for $5 right there. Like they was already type on clearance. The bubble tape. Y'all remember the bubble tape? You get the whole bubble tape. You just shove a whole bunch in your mouth. You're like eating like a camel. You know what I'm saying? Kid Cuisine, absolutely awful meal. Never could get it cooked right. It was always like the brownie was the worst. The brownie would be all hard on the edges, but then the inside would be soft yet cold because it didn't cook correctly in a microwave. And then, you know, the mashed potatoes would be all like crispy on the outside, like bubbling, but then like the inside of all of these were always like ice cold. Like you'd eat the edges and be like, it's pretty good. Then you get to the middle and be like, ksh. You feel like your teeth are about to break. All right, let's see. All right, we got some McDonald's used to give out. What's McDonald's doing? I ain't been to McDonald's since like 1989. So I don't even know what's going on at McDonald's, but I wonder if they're doing anything Halloween themed. They're still doing Monopoly right now, aren't they? Over at McDonald's. All right, let's see. We got, we can pull these ones up a little bit bigger. All right, we got Disney used to do something. They said Disney just lost the rights over at ESPN. What did they lose? They lost like the rights to the sports networks or something. It's a lot going on. Kind of a platter out there for this is probably like the early 2000s. That doesn't even look that Halloween themed. All they got is just a decoration on the table. Remember when you had to rake the leaves? You always got to rake the leaves in fall. So then they would have these cool bags. You don't see that anymore. Very simple way to have the jack-o'-lantern type things without actually having the actual pumpkin. Got some kids over here. This should be like later in like the 1990s. All right, let's check out some more. Oh, we got some Halloween costumes here. We did want to look at the Halloween costumes. This kid's got a curry. He actually looks like a little mini curry. Looks like a little mini curry. He's in a box. That is a fire Halloween costume. Let's look at some more Halloween costumes. Let's go through them. All right, we got some more tykes over here. Let's check this out. We'll keep the sound off, but all right, look at these tykes right here. Okay, that is cool. That is cool. These kids are trained very well. These kids are trained very well. The parents are exploiting these kids at this point. Like, come on, man. You got the kids over here. But very, very good. Very, very good for show. So I thought that was really awesome. This right here is crazy. Let's see if we got any audio on it. No audio on this anyways. But the costumes people come up with are insane. This costume right here is not cheap. That costume he has right there cost him a bag. That's not cheap. That's probably like at least like a $400 or $500 costume. And I might be on the modest side. That's really cool. Let's see. All right, we got a whole montage. We gotta turn the sound off on this, or else it's gonna get flagged anyways. Okay, we got the Twister one. You can spin on the back. Why is yellow got so much? You got to be a little bit better. You got to put a little bit of tension on the arrow so it can go to different colors. All right. That's fire. That's fire. Super cheap, but definitely also creative. Got the pen pad. We got the swipe with the extra large credit card. That's awesome. That's awesome. I like that. Let me see something. Where's my iPad? Yeah, let me do this. We got the pinata right there. Okay, he's whacking him. All right, that's cool. He got the Mexican hat on. I guess you have Mexican pinata. That all makes sense. Shout out to all the Mexicans in the pinata gang. All right, we got that one. Let's check out a few more. We're not done yet. Look, I be getting on the potheads. All the people that smoke a lot of dope, y'all weed heads out there, I be cooking y'all. Every time I get a chance, I cook y'all. But I'm going to let y'all breathe today. I'm not going to get the weed heads. I know y'all hate it when I go ahead and attack y'all and begin to say a whole bunch of things about, but I'm going to let y'all breathe today because it's Halloween, all right? So this costume is approved by DotSale, and yes, my vote matters. My vote matters. So shout to them. They are actual real potheads, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's real pot in the bag. That's only probably about like 4 pounds. Like to actually put real pot in, they're only about 4 pounds. So the only problem is I don't think that they could actually have 4 pounds at one time because they smoke it all. Weed coma. So that was pretty cool. And I think we got one more. Let's check this guy out right here. This is fun. We got audio on this? No, we got copyrighted music. All right. That's fire. How did he do that? All right, we got the headless costumes right here. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. They went all, these costumes are not cheap either. Like these people are paying a little bit of money for these. And the time that's associated with it. I don't even know what that is. How did that, hold on, I got to see that one again. How did they do that? I don't think there's a person in there. If they put their baby in there, like, I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. A lot of the stereotypes for the Mexicans are going crazy right now. Mexican, you know what I'm saying? Selling Taki. He got the food cart. He got the food cart. Arriba. No, I don't want that. Okay, that's fire. That's fire. All right, we got the skeleton. Whoa. That's fire. Okay, so his head must be like, all right. When I see stuff like this, I'm always like, I don't know. I think I just got like this crazy imagination where I be thinking that this stuff is real. Like when I see it. This is crazy. Is that Roblox? The kids will love that. All right. And this looks like the last one. Is that from... Oh, no, this is the last one. That's scary as hell, bro. That is scary. What is playing in the background? Hold on real quick. Let me see something. Let's see what's playing in the background. Is that... It's not this, is it? Let me take that out. It's not even that. Oh, you know what? I must have. All right, hold on real quick. Let me fix this. It's gonna mess up our VOD. It's gonna mess up our VOD. Actually, I don't even need any of this anymore. We can just get rid of all that. All right. Let's see where we at. All right, so we're not done. I want to look at some of the things that are going on as far as some of these cool decorations that we have that are going to be out. So let's go ahead and look at, ooh, y'all want to go through NYC? Let's do NYC first. This is super awesome. So let's go ahead and look at this one. And we'll do this before we get into the crime. We're going to look at some of the Halloween things going on, and then we're going to get into the crime afterwards, all right? Let's check out some of these decorations at houses that they have set up. And again, a lot of these, they're spending a bag on these. This stuff is not cheap to do, make, or buy. All right, let's check out some of the really cool houses and how they got things set up. This one is really, really awesome. We'll speed it up a little bit so we can get through a lot of it. Let's go ahead and go here. That's scary as hell. I'm not trying to get nightmares. All right. The detail is crazy on those boxes. Look at how crazy people be going. This is why I like Halloween. You don't get this anywhere else. Christmas a little bit. People will decorate their house for Christmas. I'll give you that. And even Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the third. It definitely goes Halloween, Christmas, then Thanksgiving. Christmas, people will go crazy for Christmas too. Hold on, what did I say? I want to read that. Crow's claw, toe of frog, dragon's skull, hoot of howl. All right. And then they got the dry ice probably type situation in there. Wow. I can't wait till later on when I can visit some of these houses. We have some really cool. Yo, y'all think I should go live tonight? I might go live tonight when we trick or treat. I might give y'all a quick live tonight, like maybe like a 15, 20-minute live just while I'm out actually, and just let y'all see what's going on as far as when we're trick or treating. I might have a treat for y'all tonight, all right? Be looking forward to that. You got to have your notifications on or you're going to miss it. If you don't got your notifications on when I go live out of nowhere, you ain't going to know. And then you ain't going to be able to get to see it live. So definitely got to have your noties on. These people are going all out. This block is lit. I damn near want to hop on a plane and just go out here and just see this. Bro, they have a theme for everything. They got the pirate ship theme. Oh my God, bro. This block is crazy. I know that you see the people across the kitty corner right there. They ain't got no decorations up. They ain't even got nothing on their porch. They ain't even got a pumpkin on their porch at all. Like on the veranda. There's not even a pumpkin there. Then they over here looking at these guys. I know they're super jealous. Like y'all gotta have something, bro. Like that is... You gotta match the energy a little bit. They said they got enough decorations for the whole block. We're good. We don't need nothing. All right, this is awesome. This is awesome. All right, let's check out some more. We got... No, not that one. Let's check this one out. Let's go through some of these. This is in the daytime. Imagine how crazy it's gonna be at night. Wow. Think how much time they put into it. And we're actually gonna look at a person that sets this up because I wanted to look at the process of how this is done. So we're gonna check out somebody that sets all this up in a second, all right? Wow. You get to go into the pumpkin tunnel. Is it still on my teeth? I just swallowed it. I put it on my teeth and I just ended up swallowing it. I'm pretty sure it goes on your face though, so I think it would be like non-toxic, right? What do you think it's made out of? It doesn't taste good. Oh, look, bro, how? How? Beetlejuice is there. Is that Wednesday? Who are those two again? That is sick. That is sick. Clown corner. All right, let's check out one more, and then I want to look at how this is set up. Was this it? No, this is something else. Oh, these are the pranks. All right, hold on. Let's check out a couple of these real quick. This is funny.
Happy Halloween.
Bruh.
We can either come here or we can go to my house if you don't want to have people over. There's a fee. No! Shut up! Shut up! Oh my God! Okay, get out of here. Go.
They don't hurt you.
Yeah.
Is that real? It's a big ass spider.
Sir, hold on.
Are you okay?
Hold on. Hold on. Try to get your foot down over to the right and the left. Oh my God.
They gonna make him fall?
Okay.
No, he's not.
Ah.
He's safe? No. Yeah, he's safe. Oh God. Oh my God. That's not right.
Shout out to the seniors. Kid about to have nightmares for a week.
Okay, sit down right here, Liam. Right here.
Wish I got a few more. What happened to this person? Sheesh. We got a whole bunch of those. We can't get through all of them. I want to go to this guy real quick. He's going to show us how he sets up his Halloween decorations. So I thought this was really awesome. Let's check this out before we get into the next segment of this. I'm going to speed it up though, all right? Because it's kind of a long video.
Props just for demonstration purposes, but I dragged out a whole bunch of other stuff that we're going to put up here. It's gonna be
so this is the process of the stuff we just seen. This is how much they have to put into it to set all this stuff up. So it's not easy. Like, and that's why I give these people a lot of credit that are doing these types of things.
Fun. One of the scariest parts of Halloween assembly for us is box monsters. I find them everywhere.
Usually these adults, they use cheap child labor to get these things accomplished. So you see these young kids right here will be doing a lot of the work and they are excited to do it and they will get paid in candy.
Empty box, they're all over the place. All right, here's what we're thinking for decorations here. This is kind of phase one. We're gonna do a haunted pumpkin patch on the right-hand side of the yard. I ordered another pumpkin stack, so we're gonna fill this in with more pumpkins. We're also gonna get some corn stalks to put up in there as well to fill in over there. We got the Inferno pumpkin skeleton. We got the 15-foot Worry Crow in the back there. On the left-hand side of the driveway, we're gonna do a forest theme here. We're gonna do the Inferno Deadwood right there. I'm gonna do the Scowling Sapling over here and Murderous Maple in the back. We're gonna make this into a haunted forest.
They got to put a lot into
this. The haunted forest theme going up here. I got the Scowling Sapling.
You got that up now.
Inferno Deadwood and then Murderous Maple in the back there.
And he's
using
using
straw stands here.
He's using jump cuts, so it's like this is really like we're seeing it like flicker, and all of a sudden they're up. But this is taking them like an hour, half hour, 15 minutes for certain things
to blend in and give it a more kind of rustic look. Then I got these.
So when you see these people that set all these things up,
metal stakes that I've wrapped them around and tied it.
You got to get the metal stakes.
Finding, as you can see with these, that they were flopping over when I was trying to use the shorter stakes. These guys survived their first significant windstorm.
A lot of trial and error.
Hammered down the stakes a little bit more. The Galley Crow did well. We had gusts of about 40 miles an hour. Things held up pretty well. No issues whatsoever other than the corn stalks. So I might need to get some taller stakes and some more reinforcement for these, but they look like they've fared out okay. We'll keep an eye on them. Pumpkins are all set up, these ultra-posable skeletons climbing up the side of our house. So here they are. I got 3 of them that I set up. And the idea was to make it look like they were climbing up the side of the house. I got the guy down here giving a boost to the dude.
I wonder if he had the childs climb up there. You know, children, they can just straddle themselves up trees and stuff and all that. So I wonder if the kids did that. Might be a little unsafe.
Dude in the middle was going up to the guy who's already on the roof. I was on him to really push him one way or the other. I just wanted to make sure he didn't flop around. Next up was the guy in the middle. This was much more challenging because I had to find anchor points that I could spread the weight around. I used a combination of command strips, zip ties, and fishing line to secure him to the side of the house.
Do you hear how difficult this stuff is for these people to do? This is not easy. That's why I give a lot of these people, these houses and households that put together these types of Halloween, like I absolutely appreciate them. Like this is crazy. Like the level of detail and intricacy that is put into decorating these homes for Halloween, incredible.
Now for this guy at the top, I did mostly zip ties. I did a command strip here for his knee just to kind of hold him close to the house. But his real heavy duty anchor points are up here where I did zip ties stapled to the roof. You can see some of them are pulling off. You're gonna want some pretty...
Oh, by the way, his channel name is The Carters. The Carters is his channel name, all right? So you can definitely go ahead and give him a sub, The Carters. And you know what? Let's do it real quick. Let's do it real quick. Let's go ahead and give him The Carters right here. We're going to go ahead and give him a sub. I think this is incredible. We're going to give him a sub. So we have just subbed to The Carters YouTube channel. And we'll give him a like as well. Let's go ahead and like and give him a sub. And let's do a comment too. Where's the comment at? Oh, I see comments. I got to go down more. Oh, they're right here. All right, let's go ahead and give him a comment too. Awesome. Watching on, I got my caps lock on. I'm just gonna leave it. Watching on my channel live. Great work. Let's go ahead and do that for him. I messed up something here. I spell everything right? I don't know. He'll be good. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. All right, let's look at it a little bit more real quick. I'll open that back up. We'll check out a couple more minutes.
Heavy duty staples. I use 1/4 inch. I should go back through and use a longer. So now I'm going to bring the galley place right now, but been them on.
I want to see the final
There we
product.
go. Got the light, and we'll put that up. That's good. Out here when I've got everything all situated, but this is shaping up to be our best one yet.
Wow.
All right, Halloween 2025, let's go. Here we are. I think I'm done. I have a tendency of thinking I'm done, and then I always end up doing like $500 to $1,000 more worth of stuff. But I think we're in a really good place here. I'm pretty
$1,000 more
confident.
worth of stuff.
This is, at least to me, low, but basically just used combination of zip ties, lit up and complete. Does it illuminate the worry? 25, like we did last year, we're gonna do this in 2 phases. When we get closer to Halloween, I'm gonna start setting up the backyard. We'll extend all of this into the backyard and do a full haunt around the whole house. The neighborhood seemed to really dig that. But for phase 1 here in the front, I'm super happy with this. And like I said, I think this is my
so did he do the backyard? Let me see something real quick. He said he gonna have something in the backyard. Man, this is crazy. Yo, check his channel out. He only got 5,500 subscribers at the time of us recording. So go ahead and check him out. It looks like he's got a lot of fun Halloween themed things. Looks like his whole channel is just based off of Halloween. So awesome. Shout out to him. I thought that was really cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some of the other topics that we have. I'm gonna put this away. Actually, I don't need this at all. We can do that. All right, where are we at? Let's go ahead and get into some of the things that we should begin to look out for as we get into trick-or-treating, that some of these creeps. Now we got to get into the crime. We're going to lean into the crime aspect of this. We had the fun part. Now we got to look at the crime, some of the burglaries, shootings, and some of the creeps out here that will try to poison or hurt the children with their Halloween candy. So let's actually look at a couple of things we should look out for as we get ready to go trick-or-treating in a few hours. And let's make sure that we're on point and we're ready to go. All right. So we're going to go into the Halloween portion of this. We're going Halloween crime. All right. Yeah, we can do that. Make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Let's check it out. The news is going to give us some tips and tricks just to keep us refreshed on how to be safe out here tonight.
Well, today, parents in Fostoria can get their children's Halloween candy x-rayed. Police now say 2 pieces of candy were tampered with over the weekend. The department posted this picture on Facebook of a sewing needle inside of a Kit Kat.
It's crazy.
The screenings will be done at ProMedica Fostoria Hospital from 9 until 11 this morning and 5 until 7 tonight.
I didn't know you could do that. So hold on. You're telling me that, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, but if you go ahead and get an x-ray at this point from a hospital, it's going to cost you about $1 million. However, they're saying you can go through and just x-ray cheap candy and they'll just do it. Like, and I get it's for a good reason. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but come on, bro. It just lets you know that the cost of x-ray should not be as high as it is. And actually, I've seen a story, maybe we'll check it out on Monday, where a woman said that they were trying to charge her insurance for an x-ray. And if she'd have went through insurance, it would have been like $150 for her copay. But if she just did self-pay, like just paid outright, didn't have insurance involved at all, it was like $32 for the x-ray. So there's that. Come on, y'all. You know I got receipts, but y'all believe me. All right, so very interesting. You can go and get your candy x-rayed to make sure there's no needles inside of it. Let's check out another story real quick. Suffolk teen found razor blade inside Halloween candy bar.
Disturbing discovery tonight inside a teen's Halloween candy. Police say it was a razor blade. News 12's Macy Eglin with the warning now to parents.
We hear these warnings every year around Halloween. Check your kids' trick-or-treating candy, right? And this is exactly why. Suffolk County Police say they got a call from a concerned parent here in Setauket that their daughter found a razor blade inside one of her candy bars. Take a look at your screen. This is the picture that police provided to us of what that 13-year-old girl said she found when she opened up that Three Musketeers bar. Suffolk Police say she had been trading candy with her friends at P.J. Galinas Junior High School here in Setauket. So right now, it's unclear if she got the candy at a home that she stopped by or maybe one of her friends picked it up along the way. But again, police are warning people here in the Setauket community to to check their kids' candy and be present while they eat it after that 13-year-old girl says she found that razor blade in her chocolate bar. And we spoke to people here in the community this morning. They say they are just shocked to hear that this happened.
And it's just sad because it's supposed to be a fun time for kids. And then this is something that happens. And now, from now on, these children are always going to be leery about going out trick-or-treating. And it spoils the fun for everybody. It's really sad.
And right now, police are asking the community if you have an idea who...
So yeah, we got to be careful when we're getting this candy, because although the majority of people are great people that are giving out candy, and like the guy we just seen that just spent thousands of dollars to set up his lawn to basically have a whole bunch of really cool decorations, not all people are like that. Some people are grumpy, old, evil Grinches stuck inside their trailer park home, and they want to poison or hurt kids because they're angry with their own life. All right. Again, we got more stuff going on here. Let's check this video out. A sewing pin found in candy.
For families in Santa Fe here this week, police have confirmed to us that at least 3 different families
I'm gonna speed it up again.
Sewing pins in the candy grabbed at the annual homecoming parade. Thankfully, we know no one was hurt. Reporter Sherman the Cell will break this all down for us here tonight.
This is the type of story that reminds you that there are people out there with bad intentions and they want to harm your children. Police in Santa Fe, Texas say that on Wednesday, they got calls from at least 3 different households after the homecoming parade that they were finding sewing pins inside of their children's candy. We spoke with the Barton family and say thankfully their 18-year-old, their oldest child, found it first. They said the sewing pin was wedged in the flap of the candy bar. Imagine if a child didn't see that and bit into it.
This is my kid. How could anybody do that?
I couldn't imagine that.
This is an innocent thing. Why would anybody so evil do that?
These pins were found in different areas along the route. Police haven't figured out who's responsible, but they're investigating. The message tonight on all this, please be careful. There are some local services that provide x-ray for your children's candy. Yes, x-rays. It's actually not a new concept. It's been around since the 80s, but for those who may not be into that, just inspect your children's candy. Make sure that you know what they're eating before they do.
So it's interesting. I didn't know about the x-ray thing. This is literally like right here live with y'all is the first time I'm hearing that you can get your candy x-rayed. So I'm wondering, I might actually do that tonight with the kids' candy. I'm taking kids out for Halloween, my kids, and you know, I'll let some straggler kids come along with us if they want to. It's totally fine. All kids are welcome over here with the DotSale family. I love the kids. Do anything for them. So my thing is this. We might actually go and just see if we can get our candy x-rayed. I'm going to look at the local hospitals or whatever else and see if that's a possibility. I think it'll be kind of cool and save me a lot of time because I definitely check the kids' candies. One of the things that you can do is make sure that there's air inside the candy. And, you know, that's a good thing to do because a lot of times, you know, like even if you got, well, I don't got anything here, but you know, a chip bag, for instance, if somebody hands out little bags of chips and the bag deflates, like just throw that out. Just don't even mess with it. And even some of the smaller candies, like you can squeeze it and the air will be sealed in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's one of the things I look at for sure. And, you know, we got to definitely be careful because although it won't happen and most people won't deal with this, all it takes is 1-2 cases and one child affected. And then it becomes, it messes everything up. Right. So let me check out your, Lovely says, I wonder what kind of neighborhoods are putting these sharp objects in candy and you wouldn't even be able to track it down easily since the kids have so much candy. Not cool. That's the thing too. You're right about that. I didn't even think about it from that standpoint. It's almost impossible to figure out who's doing this, right? Unless it's at mass and they got like the same type of candy but you'd have to have everybody come together and piece everything together. So that is the problem, right? It's just in a big bag of candy and it's just hidden in there and you got one corrupted piece out of possibly hundreds, maybe even thousands, depending on how hard the kid goes out in the field. And so it's crazy. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like my kids get a lot of candy. Like they be like 2 pillowcases deep. Like we're probably gonna start around like 5 p.m. and go to like 8. When's the right time to stop trick-or-treating? It's like an onset thing where it's like, I don't know. I usually think by 8:30 you should be done trick-or-treating. Definitely by 9 you should be not knocking on doors anymore at 9. But then you don't want to start too early when it's still light outside. So it's kind of, you got to find that balance. But definitely make sure that they have a light on. If they don't have a light on, then you're probably better off not going to their house. Definitely check for a porch light. Let's check this one out.
Yeah, lots of decorations out there too. Some folks are going all.
That was a good observation, Lovely, though, for real. Good observation. Great comment.
All out. WSFA 12 News reporter Bethany Davis joins us.
So that others can see them as well. It won't be a bad idea for them to have those little flashlights that illuminate so people can see you. And please tell your kids, don't run. Just walk to the houses because then you're going to be darting out in front of cars coming down the road. And hopefully the drivers will slow down coming through the neighborhoods. And if you plan your route, go to houses that have their porch lights on or houses that are already decorated because you know they're celebrating and they're planning on having kids come into these houses. So, you know, we won't.
Hey, I think just like the sheriff, who got the sheriff? You could call me the deputy. Yeah, because I said you got to, like, you know what I'm saying, make sure that the porch light's on. He's talking about this. I got one right here. I wonder how it looks in the camera. Is that blinding y'all? Is that blinding y'all? No, you can't say nothing to me. Are you getting a technical foul? I already told y'all that. I will eject you out of the game. No, I'm just playing. I mean, I'm not playing. I am. But yeah, actually get this to the kids. Let them use this just in case so they got a little bit of light. So that's what the deputy's talking about. So if you got like a little flashlight or whatever, a little LED flashlight, have this. And then also it'll help you and prevent you from maybe tripping or hurting yourself. So definitely got to have that. Let's get a little bit more from the deputy and then we'll move on.
We want this to be a safe event, and not only once they get back from trick-or-treating and getting candy and goodies, make sure the parents go through everything. Inspect every piece of candy before your kids start to eat them. Don't let them eat the candy while they're on their route. Wait till you get home, inspect the candy, and then make sure that everything is safe for the kids to be able to eat.
You know that's a lot
Shout
easier
out to the sheriff,
sometimes that candy just looks too good. You got to dig in right away. But you mentioned drivers. Let's talk a little bit about what we as drivers need to remember, especially.
I need to hear this because when I take the kids out, I don't necessarily walk around with them because I want to be as effective and as efficient as possible. So I drive them around. I'll pull up to the end of the block and I'll drop them off. I'll say, hit this block, take a left up there. I'll meet you at the next block. So they'll get out and then I'll wrap around and then they'll meet me at the end of the block. Then, you know, we don't go through a lot of dead houses or houses that ain't popping. So we'll drive around. We'll see a block that looks lit, drop them off at the corner. We'll go up and then we'll look around. Ain't nothing else cracking. We'll go to a whole new neighborhood. So we might be in like 3-4 different cities throughout the night. Like that's how we really operate. So I need to hear this driver thing, make sure I'm on point as a driver and I don't take out a little tyke on accident.
Sometimes those trick-or-treaters get out even before the sun goes down, but especially after it gets dark.
Yeah, we really need to slow down. And, you know, don't drink and drive because this is a Friday night. People are going to be trying to go to other parties. And
I ain't never
events,
drinking and driving. Ever.
Please be mindful, baby. We got kids that are going to be going through these neighborhoods and you got to slow down. You can't assume anything. Just take an extra minute, slow down, and, you know, if the speed limit is 5, go 3. You know, we want you to make sure that our kids are safe, and this is the day that they're going to be out on the streets, and if you're planning on going out on the streets, you need to slow down.
I can't.
All right, so great words by the, you're probably talking about the people that were setting up the Halloween decorations. Yeah, those are incredible. If you're getting in here late and you ain't see the earlier part of the show, we checked out all of the Halloween decorations that were out in front of people's homes. And then we also seen how somebody sets it up. Definitely want to check that out. Shout out to you, One Truth. Yeah, so the deputy, he actually gave some great advice and it looks like he has more. So this was over on WSFA 12 News for this year. And go ahead and check that out if you want to get some more tips on what to do. But I'll definitely make sure I'm taking my time. And I do it anyways, but it's always good to get refreshers, right? Like I'm always very cognizant of, you know, little lads darting across the street, not paying attention, just kind of in la-la land. And yeah, definitely make sure you check the candy. Do we got anything else? I think we looked at this before, but again, like, you know, if you see this, obviously these are the THC whatever's THC candies that people could possibly mistake for real candy. So just keep an eye out on that. If you're a parent, you can go ahead and just take that from your kid. They're going, I want my Jolly Rancher Gammies. You don't even have to tell them that it's not real candy, that it's fake. Just take it. They'll forget about it because they got so much other candy, and then you can go ahead and get high later on in the night. And after the long day, you can just relax and eat your THC gummies. So, I think it'll be good. And, that's part of it. So let's go ahead and go into, we're going to get a little bit more scary, a little bit more creepy. All right, we got two options. Do you guys want to go into shootings? And yeah, I guess shootings. We can go into shootings, or we can go into robberies. All right, we got two options, shootings or robberies. Like, what are y'all thinking as far as that? If I don't get let me see something. I'm gonna do it like this. We're gonna do both, but which one we gonna do first? I like having the options. I like giving y'all options. I like when y'all are engaged in what's going on. I'm gonna do this. Oh wait, can I do it here? Hold on. Oh yeah, we're gonna start a poll. Let's see. Let's go. We'll go shooting. Oh no. Choose one. All right. And let's go. Shootings. I got the caps lock on still. I'm not taking it off. I don't even care. Robberies. I hope I spelled this right. Why is it? I can't take off yes and no? I don't even want that on there. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'll just do it like this then. All right. We'll do it like this. We'll go there. And then we will go here. Yeah. I'll do it like this. Okay. So I'll start the poll. And then while we're waiting, I'm going to do... I'm going to tell y'all what I'm going to do tonight, because I did tell y'all I would let y'all know what I'm doing tonight. So tonight, I wish I had the sound. I'll just do it like this. Tonight, what I am going to do after we go trick-or-treating, and I might do something else. I don't know. This is going to be up in the air. But I am going to go to the casino. Let me just, can I do this? No, not that one. Let me see. I got something. Impressive. Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah. We're going to go to the casino tonight. And that's how we're going to start it. And then we might end up going somewhere else. But definitely going to the casino. We're going to go to two casinos. And I'm going to gamble a little bit. I don't gamble like to make money, right? Like, I got a cap of like $100, right? It's entertainment money. I look at the casino the same way I look at like going to the movies or watching a Broadway play or something like that. I'm not going there and trying to, I need to make like $1,000. Like, that's where you start. That's where you lose, and that's where you get sick after you gamble. And if I make money, awesome. If I lose 100, it's just entertainment. We're going there to hang out, chill, and it's gonna be fun. Shout out to Tira. I want to see how her costume looks. We're gonna hang out tonight, and it should be fun. So make sure the kids are taken care of and all that. And then we're gonna go out, check out the casinos. And then we might even go to like a after-hour spot, nightclub or something like that. But we'll figure it out. So it should be really fun, and I think it's good. So I'm actually excited for that. Excited because usually I don't do that. Usually it's just like Halloween, and that's it. Like as far as trick-or-treating, and then I'm chilling after that. But not this Halloween. Not this one. So it's going to be really fun. All right. Do we got anything? All right, let's see. We got anything on the poll? Where's my poll at? We got robberies. It's 100% robberies. So, all right, we're going to do robberies then. We're going to do robberies. Let's start out there. Let's start with the robberies then. Halloween crime, robberies. Be careful tonight. So a lot of things that you got to worry about when it comes to Halloween, and we even had this during COVID, during the pandemic, was everybody was masked up. They all had masks over their face. You only seeing like possibly this much of the face. forehead and down. Even sometimes they had the Hopu shiesty where you're only seeing the slits of their eyes, and they might even put on glasses over that. Some people were going so crazy. They were like wrapped up in like all kind of bubble wrap during COVID. But anyways, Halloween is a time where you can wear masks and you won't be looked at as, you know, odd. You won't stand out. Actually, if you don't have a mask on, you'll probably stand out more. And you can do face paint like what I'm doing and just totally cover your face up, and to the point where you might not even know somebody's actual race. So with that, and also people kind of having their doors unlocked, they're giving out candy. They're not necessarily, you know, prepared like they would be on a regular day if somebody approached their door. Usually on a regular day, somebody approached your door, you're going to be very alert as to what's going on. But tonight, if somebody approaches your door, you're not thinking anything. So we need to be a little bit more careful as homeowners, as people that are handing out candy tonight, and realize that there could be some bad apples in there that might try to rob you and take advantage of you at your moment of openness. So let's go ahead and look at some of the robberies that have and possibly could happen. Family battle, spooky theft with zip ties. Let's check it out.
The Grunmeyer family loves Halloween. Decorating is bigger than Christmas.
Halloween's just our thing. We love Halloween more.
And every year it gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, we love dressing up. It's a thing. So me and my mom start planning it like 5-6 months before. So what we're gonna wear to the Halloween party is like a huge thing for us.
It's not just at their home. Avery Grunmeyer even goes all out at her Metairie bakery, Just Eat Me Sweets. But the family home gets the haunted treatment too. It's right around Avery's birthday, so even her cake and charcuterie board get the ghoulish touch. But this year, something creepy happened. They noticed it on October 14th when going to turn on the fog machine.
And my mom's like, "Where's the dog?"
On their home camera at 1 a.m., a man pulling a wagon comes up and starts pulling on the skeletons, but they're anchored with zip ties. Then he tries and succeeds with a skeleton decoration of a dog.
Why would you want to take somebody's Halloween decorations of all things? It's just sad. Like, it was sad for me because I was like, it's a dog and it's part of our decoration. So for you to take it is just such a sad thing.
They did not
because the zip ties cost a lot of money.
Others in the Metairie
not the zip ties, the decorations.
She was like, actually across the canal on West Esplanade, they've been having a lot of people getting their stuff stolen, but no one had cameras.
Okay, did they catch him?
No, it's in no way the scariest of crimes at all, but just a little spook.
Yeah, I mean, you got like $1,000 decorations out there. Like, yeah, there's going to be some bad actors. Let's check out this one right here where a homeowner stops an attempted robbery.
Caught on camera here, an attempted robbery on Halloween night. Police say a man and a woman wearing costumes knocked on a door in Sheepshead Bay and said trick or treat. After they got candy, the male suspect, police say, pulled a gun and tried to push his way inside. As the female suspect left, another male suspect tried to get in. Victim was punched in the face but managed to push the suspects out and lock the door. So far, no arrests.
Yeah, so far, no arrests. And it's going to be hard to catch these people because these people are going to be masked up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody got masks on at Halloween. So, you know, they go up there, trick or treat, give me something good to eat, smell my feet. And all of a sudden you got a gun on the bottom of your chin and they telling you to give you everything that's valuable in your home. So definitely got to be careful. Let's check out a couple of more.
Shootout at a South Florida Walgreens, and it's all caught on camera. CBS 4's Donna Rapato joins us live from Southwest Miami.
This might be more in the shootout category, but we'll check it out.
Yeah, Rudabeh, it was a full-blown shootout right here outside these doors to the store here. Remnants still left behind. You have a couple of bullet holes right here, another one right here, and this
ain't what we wanted to look at.
Still replacing the glass panel shattered by the gunfire. Take a good look at this newly released surveillance video. It clearly shows a violent armed robbery at a Walgreens in Southwest Miami-Dade Halloween night. Shoppers in costume don't even seem to realize those are two real robbers in hoodies carrying two real guns.
And that's the thing. Like, you got these girls right here and they're dressed up in Halloween costumes. They don't even know that these guys that are coming in are not celebrating Halloween. They're celebrating trying to rob the Walgreens. and they're none the wiser that these are actual dangerous criminals with real guns really robbing the actual Walgreens on Halloween night. So stores, y'all can get robbed too. So y'all got to be on point too.
Miami-Dade, Halloween night. Shoppers in costume don't even seem to realize those are two real robbers in hoodies carrying two real guns. The guys point their guns at the clerk, yanking the cash registers from the counter. As they head back toward the front doors, another man just outside stops them in their tracks. Police say one robber yelled that it was an officer and started firing, bullets flying everywhere. That man was packing his own heat and opened fire. Too much for these two, who ran out the store's back door. And we're back out live
what
again.
A crazy
You're looking
situation.
At remnants of that shootout right outside these doors to the Walgreens. The Walgreens manager and employees could not speak to us and give us their version of what happened, but thankfully no one was hurt. Police do say they believe these two guys.
That's crazy, y'all. All right, let's check out another one.
Well, Halloween heist in Garden Grove, thieves getting away with hundreds of thousands, I should say, of dollars in valuables. The homeowners say they were followed all night while trick-or-treating. When they were headed home, they found their tires slashed. They say the burglars got away with 700-pound safe filled with cash, jewelry, and guns.
Two guys were just basically struggling with it for a long time, slid it across the sidewalk, barely lifted it to the back of the van, and still no cops. And I just feel so helpless.
I was so shocked. Like, I'm still shaking up. I'm so scared. Like, I don't even want to be here.
Well, police say two thieves fled in a gray Chrysler Pacifica with no plates. Anyone with information is asked to call Garden.
How did they know that the safe was in there? That sounds like a setup job. Somebody told on y'all, bruh, and said y'all got a safe in there. She said hundreds of thousands of dollars. I thought she was just talking about like they stole decorations off the lawn. They broke into their house and stole a whole heavy ass safe and got it into the back of a van. This was an inside job. Hundreds of thousands. And they did it on Halloween so they could blend in. And there's a couple of different angles of them getting the safe out. Okay, what did they say about the tires being slit? I don't get it.
Heist in Garden Grove, thieves getting away with hundreds of thousands, I should say, of dollars in valuables. The homeowners say they were followed all night while trick-or-treating. When they were headed home, they found their tires slashed. They say the burglars got away with 700-pound safe filled with cash, jewelry, and guns.
They were followed all night while trick-or-treating. I don't even understand this story, but I guess the gist of it is that they got away with their safe, stole all of their things, and this was on Halloween night, so they were out trick-or-treating, so I guess they knew they were going to be gone. This is crazy. Wow. All right, well, be careful for that. All right, we got one more. Let's check it out.
All their valuables from their home. This happened on Halloween night.
Yeah, and in a sophisticated but cruel twist, the crooks made sure that they would not be interrupted while carrying out that crime, which was all caught on camera. Chris Wolf joining us live from Garden Grove tonight, where he spoke with that homeowner. Chris.
Yeah, Rick and Karine, this poor family in a gated community, no less, as you said, was hit on Halloween night in what has become known as a dinner time burglary. We're talking about something that happens typically between the hours of 6:30 and 10 p.m. when people are out to dinner or out with friends, and the psychological toll far outweighs the financial loss.
Yeah. Oh, that's the same one.
One case in what appears to have been a brazen burglary blitz on Halloween night, with criminals across Southern California choosing to take advantage of that holiday as many people were out at parties or trick-or-treating with their kids. Home security cameras along Gardenia Avenue in Garden Grove captured hooded thieves at work snatching valuables from a home they had broken into shortly before 9 p.m., disabling much of the security system and busting through the front door, possibly with a crowbar. The loot included expensive handbags, jewelry, watches, cash, and a massive safe holding guns and important items. And that was a big safe.
Humongous. It was like 700 pounds.
5 feet high.
5 feet tall, yeah. Gun safe.
They had no problem taking that.
Three-year-old men could
two
get
guys
that.
moving 700 pounds is pretty hard to do. But these guys did it. I just thought like, wow, these guys are taking forever. The cops could have been here right now, you know?
The loss involving stolen property alone is approaching $250,000, according to the victims.
This is your temple. This is your, comfort zone, your protected palace. I just feel like they've stripped that of us, and it doesn't feel the same anymore.
I now don't feel safe in my own house. I don't feel safe being alone. I'm constantly feeling anxiety with every little sound in this house. So yeah, I mean, they definitely robbed my peace.
But there's more, and an angle that brings this crime to a new level. After studying security footage and comparing notes, the victims discovered the culprits followed them to a Halloween party 20 minutes from home and disabled their vehicle, slashing a tire, then returned to the neighborhood to strike.
It's either we move to a different city, different state, but like I just don't feel good here anymore.
I just had enough. Like this whole state's out of its lawlessness, gone wild, you know?
Yeah, hold on. That was the cops in there?
This whole state's out of...
That's a nice house. It looks like more like a townhouse. But yeah. Were they content creators? They got a LED light over there in the corner, you know, like the circle one, the ring light. They didn't even take like the TV or anything. There's a lot of stuff still there, so they went straight for the safe. Y'all should be nervous, but honestly, at this point, like y'all got to look at your inner circle and understand who knows what's going on with y'all, because realistically, this is not just a random crime. This is an inside job. So it might be another Nugent. That was their last name, Nugent. It might be one of your own people that did this. I mean, Nugent. Yeah, go ahead and look at your family, and then wherever you move to, they're gonna know where you moved to. So you know they'll be watching you. So yeah, can't trust anybody on Halloween, and that's what it shows us. Yeah, 700-pound safe is crazy. 700-pound safe. I mean, that's doable with two guys, assuming they're in pretty good shape. But I ain't gonna lie, like if I was the second guy, we ain't getting that safe. I'm not lifting 700. Deadlift 700, and it's all awkward and weird and hard to hold. I'd need at least 3 guys if they were my stature. But, you know, it is what it is. Wow. All right, so be careful. Worry about robberies, and that could happen to you. Now, the other thing is this, and because I told y'all earlier that, you know, we're going to be going out tonight, and we're going to the casino, so it's less likely that there's going to be shootings and different things like that. But a lot of people, you know, they go out to nightclubs, or they'll go out to probably the worst one of them all, house parties, all right? I'm going to tell you this. No going to house parties. No. Especially if you're in the inner city. Because when you end up in house parties, usually there's a combination of drugs, liquor cocktails, dice games, irritated people. They wear their best Jordans in there, or their best sneakers, or they got white pants on, and then somebody bumps into them, and all of a sudden you got cranberry juice on your white jeans, and it can easily turn into a brawl out of nowhere for nothing. I mean, like literally, just the smallest of things can abruptly create chaos. And a lot of times, you know, when you're in neighborhoods, there's rival gangs. You know, South Side might come over to North, or, you know, dudes on the East Side, they over here at the West Side party, they don't like it. They getting at they niches out there, and you know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, oh, that's that ninja right there. Oh, he over there. And they run back to the car, and next thing you know, and that's the end of it. Everybody shot up, whole bunch of victims. You were just there just to party and do your thing. Hey. You know, all your face paint's melting off your face because it's hot in there. You know, butt to tits, asses to elbows, and all that's going on. They got the house food, everybody in there juking. Ooh. And next thing you know, there's shots ringing out, and you got people laying down the floor bleeding, and, you know, you got to be careful. So I would say just avoid house parties, especially, like I said, in the inner cities. You go out to some of the suburb places, and it's like best costume, and, you know, the dog is in there. He's in the front yard, and it's not an aggressive dog like a pit bull or a Rottweiler. It's just like a little Fido out there. And, you know, everybody's cool. They're just chilling, right? Got a couple of cocktails, some Bloody Marys and stuff. But, you know, and there's kids and stuff in there as well. But if you go into these adult house parties, I'm just telling you, there's a good chance that you're going to end up shot up. And we're going to look at a plethora of stories before we get into our positive story today. Let's check it out.
Kristen
speed
Mayer, we
this
spoke
up.
to a neighbor who tells us he woke up to what sounded like at least 5 gunshots, and now outside his
These
apartment,
are all
an
on
active
Halloween
crime
night.
scene. And if you take a look behind me, you can see investigators are still searching for clues as they continue the search for the shooter, who police say was wearing a Halloween mask. And more than a dozen officers were on the scene in front of the apartment building on West 163rd Street near Broadway. Police say 2 people were shot, including a teenager, a 21-year-old man shot in the stomach, groin, and leg, and a 17-year-old girl shot in the abdomen. Both are in stable condition at the hospital. Police were called to the scene around 2 a.m., and since the street has been blocked off with crime scene tape, a shoe left on the sidewalk among several other scattered items. The shooter was again allegedly wearing a white Halloween mask, and now neighbors are questioning their safety on Halloween when people can hide behind costumes.
Yeah.
It's not going to be considered an event to have fun and to disguise yourself as some, as a hero or whatever it is that you want to be for Halloween. Because people are going to think there's going to be to hit somebody, to kill somebody, or something like that. And it is easy for you to disguise yourself as a killer or as a hero and kill somebody.
Right now, police are searching for a motive. We're told there was a dispute before shots were fired, and that suspect did run off again. Police are still searching for that person, who is described as about 6 feet tall, last seen wearing a green jacket and again a white Halloween mask. We're live in Washington Heights. Jenna DeAngelis.
That's a very great description. I'm pretty sure they have no problem finding that guy at all. Sheesh. All right. We got a lot to get to. Let's check them out.
A Halloween party ended abruptly in Hawthorne last night after a shooting unfolded. LA County Sheriff's deputies say 2 people were shot. You can see evidence markers and costumes lining the driveway of this home in El Segundo.
Fools ran out of their costume. At first, you was Roadrunner, and then all of a sudden, you were just a chick running around with not very many clothes underneath because you wanted to have your Halloween costume make you look sexy. So you had the Roadrunner Halloween costume on, but all you had was your Spanx underneath. So you dipped up out of that. And now you running down there in nothing but panty and bra, and your Roadrunner Halloween costume is just on the ground along with the clown mask. And somebody was dressed up like a hamburger, and it all just got crazy after a short amount of time because everybody was having fun until they weren't, until they got shot up over here in this, what looks to be like a not very good neighborhood.
This home in El Segundo Boulevard around 10 p.m. Authorities say, tell NBC4 one of the victims is in critical condition while the other is expected to be okay. They added one person in their 20s is in their 20s, while the other is a teenager. Still no word on a description of the shooter this morning. Stay with NBC4 for any updates.
Couple of hours cover.
I didn't mean to go to that. Yeah, so, make sure you're looking out for your teens. Make sure you're keeping an eye on what they're doing tonight. And if they say they want to go to a party and it's in a place in your state or city that you know is going to be a problem, for me, it could be like a North Minneapolis. Yeah, I don't think you should go to that one. All right. Maybe not. But, we see it all the time.
Stop.
My bad. Look, it was just like, I had to get you because, Roadrunner costume. Yeah. Hey, was this one new? Did we look at this? Oh, we didn't finish it, did we?
Pulled out a gun and started shooting into the crowd. 3 adults were hit multiple times. They had to be rushed to area hospitals, and all are in critical condition, but are expected to survive. Investigators say parties this time of the year often draw large crowds, and with that, sometimes trouble.
It appears to be a Halloween party. We are nearing the time of where Halloween is approaching as Halloween Day. And it looks like the weekend is gearing up for the Halloween parties.
And I'm telling you right now, it's Friday, Halloween. It's Halloween on a Friday. Do you know how crazy it's going to be tonight? You know how many people are going to get? I ain't going to lie. We can go deeper than the shootings. And actually, I'm going to get to that in a second. I'm going to talk about all the other things that can happen tonight. We just want to highlight robberies and shootings, but it gets even crazier. Let's check this one out. 2 dead, 11 hurt.
Are investigating a mass shooting. It happened early Saturday morning during a Halloween party outside the town of Maxton. The gunfire left 2 people dead and 11 others wounded. Investigators say about 150 people ran from the party before officers arrived. It is unclear what sparked the shooting. So far, no word on whether anyone is in.
They never catch anybody either. We got more.
Incredible. They have the candy as evidence.
Nah. Let me go to this one.
Multiple house parties turning violent across the valley last night, leaving three people shot, one person stabbed. The first happened at a Wingate Ranch community in North Scottsdale. That's a gated community. Police said they responded about 12:30 this morning to a large house party, and they found a person shot there. They were taken to the hospital. They are expected to be okay. Scottsdale police said they talked to multiple people at that party, but did not say if anybody was taken into custody. Police are searching for the suspect in the second party shooting. Police found two men shot at a house near 107th Avenue in Camelback. Both taken to the hospital. They have non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect left the area after the shooting. If you have any information, you're asked to call silent witness. And in Mesa, a big fight broke out at this house near Dobson and Baseline. Police say several people were involved in the fight over an unwanted guest at the party. And after hearing from witnesses, police say 19-year-old Devin Peak was the person who was stabbed, but they also say that he was involved in starting the fight. We spoke to the...
I told you, it's always, they got the party on the west side. Dude come over from the east side. They don't want him there. He want to be there for no reason. They don't even want you there. Why you there? Oh, watch this. I can't come in. He going to go back to the car. He going to spray the whole joint up. Somebody going to get stabbed. Somebody going to get shot. And that's the end of it, right?
Spoke to the homeowners about what happened.
It was a really low-key, Halloween party. And it was a really upsetting incident. The two victims, the one that, ended up stabbing the kid, it's so not in his personality, who he is.
And I'll tell you this, just looking at the whole neighborhood, looking at this woman right here, this is going to be equivalent to what you would see in the hood, urban community, but this is the opposite. This is like low-class whites, right? This is like trailer park type situation. And when you see stabbings, I mean, yeah, black people stab, but it's usually white people that stab more. I know. You're like, where are you coming up with these statistics? I'm telling you, I know. All right, so this is definitely like Billy and Ethan. Billy and Ethan got into it, right? And that's how the stabbing occurred. So, it doesn't matter if you're in a white neighborhood or not. This doesn't even look like that bad of a neighborhood. It looks like, these houses are probably more or less owned and stuff like that. And like she said, it was peaceful until it wasn't. So always got to be on point when you have anything involving no security. So you're not at an actual nightclub. You're not at a casino. You're not at an actual event that is, maybe a stadium or something like that. If it's just at a house, this can happen. Let's go through a couple more. I got like 10 of them, but we're not going to go through nearly that much.
Breaking news, 3 people are in the hospital this morning after a shooting broke out at a...
See, this one, I'm going to guess, is going to be blacks.
You're a racist.
I never said I wasn't. They said blacks can't be racist, though. Can I be racist as a black? No, I'm literally not, though. Like, I just be having fun with it, man. Y'all got to learn to have a little bit more fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think we get to a point where we start using all these buzzwords and it triggers everybody. And I'm so emotionally triggered because you said this word. Like, it's really nothing that you could say to me personally that's going to hurt me in that way. I've heard everything. I've heard white men call me, you nigger, and all that type of stuff. And be mad at me. I went out to buy a car one time in a rural area, and man, I'm telling you, like, I thought I wasn't gonna make it out there if I wasn't found hung in a tree. But for me, like, I just be having fun with it. So y'all gotta just be a little bit more chill with it all. Let's see what's going on here. Harris County.
A large Halloween party in Northwest Harris County. The gunfire began in a neighborhood near Eastmount Houston and Nanette Road just before midnight.
Who knows about what's going on over there in that neighborhood?
KPRC 2 News reporter Paige Hubbard. Paige, do we know how the victims are doing?
You see it right there. They got the burglar bar fencing right there to make sure that it's not easy to steal those trucks in the background. You already know what's happening. You know what's happening in this neighborhood.
Hey, Kathy, good morning. We do know that those 3 people are in stable condition, but they are critical according to authorities. And as we've been out here, check this out. This is some gun shell casings that we found, and we're not too far from where the shooting happened. Authorities will, in fact, have to confirm if these cases are, connected to the shooting that we're covering. But it's an interesting find that all of this happened. During this event, someone pulled out a gun and started shooting into the crowd. 3 people were hit and suffered gunshot wounds that caused them to be taken to the hospital. Again, that's where they remain this morning in critical but stable condition. One thing I do also want to note is that deputies say that there were nearly 100 people at this party. So just to put things into perspective, when you have a large crowd like that, any injury is, an unfortunate situation. condition, but it is fortunate that there were only three considering that large crowd. Now, detectives are interviewing witnesses as they try to figure out exactly what led up to this violence.
Additional detectives are responding to the location to assist with locating any additional evidence that we may have and apply any other efforts to determine what exactly was happening this evening.
We also have video showing someone being taken.
He's Mexican or possibly white. He definitely ain't like black light skin. So yeah, this is looking like, you know, this in like a Hispanic community. Wow. What's going on? We can't escape it at all. We had the whites, we had the blacks, we had the Mexicans. I think it's just an America problem. I don't even think it has anything to do with the race anymore. If you in America, you just capable of doing any type of crime. And they say like America, well, I guess Western countries like Europe and stuff, they be having a lot of knife crime and stuff. But I think America has the most crime out of every other country in the entire world. Like we stay with a story of some type of craziness happening. Like every 5 minutes, there's a new story of a killing, a shooting, a robbery, a grape, financial crimes, white collar crimes, embezzlement. And you see, none of us respect leadership in this country, so it's not very surprising. We don't really care about consequences here. And this kid right here, looking like he's like 14, he probably got released to his parents, if not the same night, within the week.
Taken
Put
away
him on a diversion program.
At this time, investigators have not confirmed whether anyone is officially in custody.
Yeah, the kid, well, he looks kind of like one of those dudes that are actually old, but they got like a small, frail body. So he's really like 32, but he's just got the body of like, you know what I'm saying? He got the body of like a 14-year-old boy, but he's actually super old. You know, you've seen a guy like that. He can't grow facial hair. But then if you get up close to him, you can tell that he's weather beaten. So he actually might be an old person. Yeah, I agree with that. I think when you have a low level of respect, especially at the leadership, like think of the way that we talk about our presidents. Biden was in office. They were cooking him every single time he made a statement. Trump in office, they're cooking him. And it's happened through all the presidencies. Obama, Bob Dole, Hillary Clinton. I mean, not Hillary. Bill Clinton. So, you know, it just shows like, you know, in other countries, if you were talking about leadership like that, off with your head. It'd be on a pike. You can't pull that in China. You can't pull that in Koreas and all that. You can't pull that in a lot of the other countries that aren't Western countries. It'll be over for you. They'll take you out immediately. But yeah, this guy's definitely not in his teens. He's an old man that looks like he's young. All right, let's check out a few more.
A teenage girl is dead and 9 others are injured after a mass shooting at a Northeast Side office park where multiple gunmen opened fire during a Halloween party. CBS 4's Russ McQuay joins us from the newsroom with details on the shooting.
9 injured?
It's a very personal story.
IMPD investigators tell me that the location of last night's Halloween party in the 5100 p.m. Terrell Sword's grandfather says the 16-year-old Lawrence North football player was wounded by that gunfire.
My grandson suffered a gunshot wound to his leg. His bone and his vein was ruptured, so they're trying to keep the blood flow going in his leg so he won't have a backup.
Young people overwhelmingly from Lawrence and the north side of Indianapolis attended the party, which drew the attention of passing IMPD officers who were observing and developing a plan to shut it down when they heard the gunshots. IMPD hasn't had much success in convincing about how
understand that weapon
and who wasn't nothing to meet the overnight for the year. Shot to death outside of a Lafayette Road bar in 20. No, but MPD overwhelmed the blood flow.
This is what I never want to have. I never want to be a parent and have to get on the news. I wouldn't even do it anyways. But to be on the news, this is not a flex. Like people be getting interviewed by these news people. I seen the shots and it was just crazy. It was all kind of like these people like this type of stuff. I'm not saying this guy specifically. His son got shot. Like I'm not talking about him specifically, but I just mean in general. When you see these news stories and then people jump in for the interviews and they always be there and they look like the most ratchet people. They look like they were directly involved. and they got tattoos on their face and all. I seen the shots, and the ninja, he was right there, and all of a sudden we just seen gang signs, and then all of a sudden the shots just rang out, and I ducked for cover, and luckily I ain't get hit because I was shot back in 04, and I ducked the gunfire because I know what goes on in these situations, so I gotta be, what the hell are you there for? You got shot in 04 and you're there now you're on the news, bro. It's just like, we put ourselves in these situations unnecessarily. Your son should not have been there, and I'm not taking shots at him specifically. I'm pretty sure he told his son not to go and he defied his orders. But, you know, we do got to be better as parents. Like, teenage girl found dead in this situation. And it's like, imagine your daughter going out to a Halloween party, having fun. You dress her up before she leaves. She's like, Mom, can you do my face paint? I want to look like a killer clown. And you do her face paint, and the next paint that she has on her is actual blood staining her clothes. It's completely insane, and, you know, we got to protect our kids a little bit better and keep them out of stupid situations like this. And I think it starts with the parents, because my kids absolutely would not go to an event like this under any circumstance. I wouldn't let them. And if they did, they'd be shunned, like, literally. And then I couldn't feel sorry for them, because it's like, I told you and did everything to make you not go. Like, they literally have to break out the house to go. Like, there's just no reason to do it at all. There's no benefit even if you did go and nothing happened. If you went to this party that 9 people got shot and 1 got killed, if you did go to the party and nothing happened, what benefit did you get from it? You were just there, just, yeah. You smoked a little bit of weed, did a little fentanyl, drank, did some crack. You know what I'm saying? Like, what benefit, what achievement do you get in life going to any of these events? So, you know, for me, I just think it sucks for the parents, but you know, I think, and the kid, he was a football player, right? Let's go back to the kid real quick before we get out of here. Where'd the kid go? This kid right here, where was he? This kid right here, football player, got hit in the leg, shattered his bone, hit a vein, right? He could be dealing with blood clots for the rest of his life. Different situations, might have to get his leg amputated. Might have to get a whole reconstruct. His football career could be over at this point. He might have went to, I don't know, I wouldn't count him out for a D1 school, but at minimum, he could have got a scholarship to a low-level D3, a JUCO, something like that. But here he is at a Halloween party for no reason when he probably should have been asleep at that time. I'm pretty sure it happened early in the morning, 2, 3, 1 in the morning, and he actually could have been asleep getting ready for practice in the morning and going to have fun and doing something that was going to benefit his life. But instead, here he is laying up in a hospital bed, and he's going to be walking like an old man at 17 for the rest of his life. He's in high school. So he's anywhere from 15 to 18. And now he's going to be walking all gimpy for the rest of his life because his whole entire leg got destroyed by a bullet that probably wasn't even meant for him. It's crazy, man. So, you know, this is the other side of it, right? Like, we joke and stuff and we have fun. We talk about people in their races and all that. But at the end of the day, there's nothing fun about kids getting shot up, getting murdered, and all of that. So, you know, it is what it is. We got to be better as a people. If you look at other countries, they don't disrespect the leaders. You're right. Yeah, the other countries don't disrespect the leaders, and that's a clear sign of what we're going to see in America moving forward, because we're the only country where we can disrespect all our leaders, but our leaders are idiots too. They fan the flames. So I think it goes both ways. But absolutely, if our leaders were doing better, they wouldn't even have the opportunity to be disrespected. There's going to be people that don't like the leaders, but they're going to know they're doing the best thing for the country. I don't necessarily think that our leaders, whether Republican or Democrat, are doing the best things for the country or for the people. I believe they're all self-serving and they're very selfish. And we're seeing it right now with the government shutdown that is active and happening right now. So it's completely insane. But I think we're going to end it there as far as all the stories. We're going to go into our positive story of the day. And let's go ahead and look at this kid right here. That is absolutely incredible. This is going to be Halloween themed. And this is going to end our Halloween theme moving forward. So next week, we'll be back to normal. I'm thinking about doing something special for the month of Thanksgiving, loosely, because Thanksgiving is a little bit different to me. I don't necessarily celebrate it in that way just because of the lineage of it, but I'm not like, oh, you know what? I'm just angry about it and all that. It's not that. It's just a little bit more to it. But we'll talk about it as we get into the month of November. So let's go ahead and look at this kid right here. This kid is amazing. Halloween. He sees that the bowl of candy is all out of candy, and he has a good amount of candy already. So he refilled the bowl. Insane. Let's check it out.
Was it a Halloween trick? When young Jackson Champagne peered in the bowl, he came up empty. The treats were gone. As millions of kids nationwide filled their bags with goodies, this 8-year-old in Gambrels, Maryland, then decided to shell out himself. Not once, but twice, he dipped into his own stash to share with the next kids.
Aww, that was really nice, Jackson.
The home's owner was out trick-or-treating with her own child and later posted the doorbell video to Facebook, saying what a selfless act from this little guy. Nearly 8 million views later, we all agree. On the spookiest of nights, a pint-sized kid with a big bag and a big heart makes the whole world a little sweeter. Kevin Tibbles, NBC News.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button.
And a big heart.
Let's get it right there. So, you know, I want to end on a positive note as always. I know we started out the show really fun, just looking at decorations, and, you know, we began to kind of progress into some of the more serious things. But the one thing I want to leave us with on this Halloween day going into the nighttime is that we want to have a lot of fun. We want to celebrate. We don't want to see anybody lose their lives at a Halloween party or anything like that. We don't want to see any kids get corrupted candy, especially, you know, two little amazing kids like this. I mean, this kid chose to share his candy when everybody's trying to just take, gimme candy. And this kid said, you know what? Let me share with some of the other kids that are coming along and do my part. And when we all begin to share with each other and we take care of one another, we create more resources. We create a better environment for everybody as a collective. So my thing is this: when you see a kid like this, and then you see all the other stories that we looked at as far as people taking things, moving 100-pound, 700-pound safes out of people's property when they're out at a Halloween party or trick-or-treating with their kids. We have a lot of people that are good people like this kid and like his little sister and his mother right there that are doing the right thing. So I want to look at these two as inspiration to always remind us to be good human beings. And it's kind of weird because a lot of the time we'll see that it's usually the children that are doing the best things in the world. And, you know, we think about it, the kids technically, and we'll go back here. Why did I get out of focus? See if I can get back in focus. I don't know. It'll probably work itself out. But the kids, they actually show us as adults how we need to act, how we need to be. That focus is throwing me off. Let me see. See if I can catch it like that. Sometimes it'll adjust. I don't know. Let's see if it'll catch me. Move it a little bit more. It was focused the whole time. Now it ain't focused. All right, whatever. The kids, I look a little more scary now, actually. Let's leave it on focus. No, now don't focus, because I look more scary when it's unfocused. All right. The kids that still have innocence within them are people that we can look to because they don't have all the trauma and the pain that all these adults most of the time put themselves through on their own. They put themselves through all these relationships that are toxic, and they continue to fund these different situations in their life that are no good for them. And then they complain about the outcome that is their life when the majority, I mean, the high majority of what you go through, I'd say actually all of it. When you're an adult, I'll give you anything from the ages of 0 to 18. But adults specifically, they put themselves through so much unnecessary drama. They keep hanging around the people that are bad for them. They keep going back to the boyfriend that beats them. Then they go ahead and get in a new relationship and say they don't trust anybody because that guy. And then the other guy, you know, he's with a gold digger. She don't like him. She flirts with every guy. She's on Instagram and OnlyFans and all these other places, and she's doing all these crazy things. And you know, you continue to be with her, right? And she disrespects you, and the only time she wants to hang out with you is when you get your paycheck. And then, you know, now you're looking at all the other women like they're terrible. And it's just like, we put ourselves through these situations on purpose. So I'm a little less sympathetic to these type of people. And then now you're 35, 40 years old, and you can't even share candy like this kid right here. You won't even share candy anymore because you feel like everybody owes you because you've been through all these different situations that you put yourself through unnecessarily. And I think it's just a bad thing. But me personally, I love the kids. I appreciate them. And I always look to them for different inspiration and different ideas because they're the best at it. And the adults need to start treating the kids with a lot more respect because I think that is one of the worst things that we're doing as adults. But I think we're going to end it there. Let me go ahead and do this. What do you want to end out on? Not that one. Yeah, I like this. Let's end on this one. Let's end on this. Y'all have a really good time tonight, all right? If you got kids, make sure you take them out, let them enjoy their Halloween. If you don't got kids or, you know, you're an empty nester, you can always give out candy to the kids, for sure. If you want to do something special tonight, absolutely do it. It's Halloween Friday. It's not going to be Halloween Friday again for what, 7 years? Although I think next year we'll get Halloween Saturday, right? So the next Halloween's going to be lit too. But then after that, it's like Halloween Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday. It's not going to be the same. So absolutely have fun today. Enjoy it. Try not to get shot. Try not to get your home burglarized. Make sure you check your candy. Do all the fun things. I gotta go. I gotta go. Now I can't wait to do this again. This was fun. I had a lot of fun with this Halloween episode. Man, y'all are incredible. This basically is like month 2 of our live streams, and I just think it's awesome, man. I really appreciate y'all. I'm gonna let the music play a little bit, and I'm gonna stop the show. Have a good Halloween, y'all. 2025. I'm out of here. Peace.